Good morning, everyone. So far, we have discussed the various SQL commands. So now let us see the basics of relational model. So the design of database tables, constraints. So it is called as a relational model. So the concepts of storing the data as a row and column, it is called as relational model. So relational model is the one where the data is stored in the format of a table, that is row and columns. So all the commercial database packages, they follow the relational model. So relational model of data, it is based on the concept of a relation. So relation is nothing but the mathematical concept based on certain set of ideas. So just like you might have studied the relations in your discrete mathematical structures. So same way, so the data and the concept, so they are related using some of the mathematical concepts. So hence the name relation is given to this particular concept. So the strength of this particular relational approach is it comes from a formal foundation provided by the theory of relation. So all the concepts that are applicable on a relation can be applied here also. So informally we can define a relation as a table of values. So relation may be thought as a set of rows or a set of columns. Each row represents some fact of a real world. It is called as an entity or relationship. So in our terminology, we call each row as a tuple. So each row has a value of an item or set of items that uniquely identifies that particular row in a table. So no two rows will have a same data for all the attributes. So at least one of the attributes should be different. So sometimes row IDs or sequential numbers are assigned to identify the rows in the table. So these are just the IDs are, or we also call them as spurious keys. So where a primary key or a unique key is not possible to identify in a table, then we will generate our own sequential numbers to identify a particular row uniquely. So each column is called by its column name or column header, or we can also call it as an attribute name. So then we have discussed the concept of domain. So a domain D is a set of atomic values. So atomic means that each value in that particular domain is further not possible to get divided. So in relational model, the atomic values cannot be divided further. A relational schema, so we represent a schema with capital letter R and the attributes are denoted using A1, A2 and A3. So we denote any particular relation using R of A1, A2, till AN. So this is the mathematical representation that we are going to follow in order to discuss a relational table. So this is one R of A1, A2, A3 till AN. So each attribute AI is a name of a role played by some domain in the relation. So D is the domain of AI and it is denoted by DOM of AI. So DOM, this stands for domain, domain of AI. So degree of a relation, it is also called as a arity of a relation. It is the number of attributes n that is present in a relational schema. So here we are discussing the features and characteristics of a relational model. So what we discussed in a module 1 is the features and concepts of a database as a whole. Here we will be discussing the relational model of databases. So a relational state R is the state of a table or a state of a database schema. So we will denote it by the small r of a relation. So it is called as small r of capital R. It is a set of n tuples. So each tuple is represented as the small t. So a relational state R is defined as R is equal to T1, T2 till Tm. So tuple means a row. So each row is represented by a small t. So T1 indicates it is a first row, T2 indicates it is a second row. Similarly, so we can write Tm. So R small capital R indicates relation, small r indicates the state of the relation. So capital AI indicates the attribute I of a relation, and Ti indicates the tuple I of a relation. So within the tuple, we will have values for each attributes. So it is indicated using V. So Vi indicates the value for ith attribute. The terms relation intention for a relational schema R and the relational extension are commonly referred to a relational state. So here we are trying to just represent everything what we studied in a mathematical perspective or using the mathematical terms. So mathematical definition. So a relational schema or a relational state is the mathematical relation of a degree n on the domain of A1, domain of A2 till domain of AN. So which is a subset of Cartesian products of the domains R. So a relation is any state of a relation R. It is the subset of Cartesian products of all possible values of the attribute, and the possible values of an attribute will come from the domain of that particular attribute. So instead of writing a value, all possible values can be represented for example, this A1 attribute using domain of A1. So domain of A1 represents all possible values that we can specify for A1. So similarly, A2, A3 till AN. And the Cartesian product of this indicates all possible values that a relational state can have. So a Cartesian product specifies all possible combination of values from an underlying domain. So total number of values are cardinality of a domain. So it is represented like this one. So cardinality of domain of A1 into domain of cardinality of domain A2 till cardinality of domain A2. So this gives us the total number of rows or values we can have. So a relational state at a given time is also called as a current relational state. So this we have already discussed. So the student is a relational name. So each column header is a attribute and each row we call it as a tuple. And the values can have null values. So null values will be supplied whenever a value is unknown or not captured or we don't want to specify it. So in those circumstances, the value of an attribute will be null. So next important concept, that is characteristics of relation. So we discussed database. Within that, we are discussing the relational model of database. So a database can be modeled in several ways. So out of which majority or almost all the commercial databases, they follow the relational model because it is easy to understand and implement when we consider data as a rows and columns. So when we define a database like that or a relation, so it should have some characteristics. So those characteristics are, these are the four characteristics. Ordering of tuples in a relation. So whenever we are writing a row, is there any order within the tuples? So which tuple should come first or which should come next? So whether any ordering is present or not. Then ordering of values within a tuple and an alternate definition of a relation. So ordering of values within a tuple means which attribute values will come first and which will come next, like that. So whether we can specify values and nulls, and how do we interpret a relation. So we shall see all four of these. So ordering of tuples in a relation. So this is the first characteristics of a relation. So we have already defined a relation as a set of tuples. So when we define it as a set, mathematically set means there is no ordering. So in a set, there will be no ordering, relative ordering of values in a set, and also the values will not get repeated. So the tuples are not considered to be ordered, even though they appear to be ordered in a tabular format. Even though we may enter the data in the sequential order of USN, when we look at the table, it seems that there is an order, but in relational model, the order between the tuples is not at all considered. For us, all the rows are same because it is a set. In set, there will be no ordering. So that's why a relation is not sensitive to the ordering of the tuples. So this is the first characteristics of a relation. So next, ordering of values within the tuples and an alternate definition of a relation. So from the definition of a relation, we define it as a n tuple, whereas a tuple is an ordered list of values, so that the ordering of values in a tuple is important because we will be writing the columns. So column header will indicate the attribute name, and hence the order in which we write the values is important. So first we will be writing USN, second is name. So if the column header is name, we cannot swap USN and name. So then the meaning will be lost. So when we define it as a ordered list of values, tuple as an ordered list of values, the ordering becomes important. So if we want to do away with that ordering, then we have to define the alternate definition. So a relational schema R of A1, A2 and AN is a set of attributes, and a relational state is a finite set of a mapping R where each tuple Ti is a mapping from a relation to a domain, and domain is the union of domains, union of attribute domains. So D is equal to domain of A1, domain of A2 and domain of AN. So we shall see how the ordering becomes irrelevant in a tuple. So instead of defining the tuple as an ordered list, so we can define a relation as a set of attributes. So when we define relation as a set of attributes, then the ordering of attributes will become irrelevant. So when ordering of irrelevant attributes become irrelevant, then obviously the ordering of values inside a tuple becomes irrelevant. So that's why whenever we declare the values, we will also define the sequence of attributes also. So for example, in our student table, USN was the first, name was the second. So whenever we are referring to that particular student relation, we will explicitly specify the name of the attribute. So instead of specifying a USN comma name, we can write name comma USN. Then it indicates the first one is a name and the second one is a USN. So when we explicitly write the attribute names, then the ordering of values will become irrelevant. The third important characteristics of a relation is all values are considered as atomic. So atomic means they cannot be further divided. So this model sometimes is also called as a flat relational model. A special null value is used to represent values that are unknown or inapplicable to certain tuples. So whenever we are defining a relational model or a relational table, all the values should be atomic.